Hello and welcome to your Yin practice. My name is Mish. Today we're going to be focusing on the metal element, which is to do with the lungs and the large intestine. These particular meridian lines run along the chest, through our heart space, along our arms, and because we're working with this region of the heart, we'll also be focusing on the heart meridian as well as our heart chakra. So when working with metal element, the feelings that we can block or start to feel through this element are the feelings of grief and despair and hopelessness. So through our practice today, I am hoping to work with this energy to help you to feel more optimistic, more hopeful, and feelings of the heart like love and gratitude. So just begin by closing down the eyes. Bring your hands to the knees, drawing your shoulders back and down, and begin by finding the breath. Take a deep breath in, a long breath out, deep breath in, long breath out. One more inhale, and exhaling completely. From here, bring your awareness into your belly as you draw that breath from the belly all the way up into your lungs, chest, heart space, filling up. Exhale, emptying the lungs completely as you soften, ground through the breath. Allowing your breath to bring you out of the mind and into the body, into this heart space. Keeping your awareness through the heart through our practice today. Continuing to watch the breath moving in and moving out. As you take the time to slow down the rhythm of your breath. Taking all that you need from your practice today and leaving all that you don't. Where every breath in begins to feel like nourishment, and every breath out is a release. Taking this opportunity to welcome in your intent as you bring your hands to the heart. And just starting to consider what you'd like to welcome into your practice, this sacred space. Loving thoughts, thoughts of kindness, thoughts of joy. To move out of grief, to move out of hopelessness or fear, and to move into this consciousness of the heart, to awaken and uplift your energy, breathing in, and take the arms nice and wide on the breath out. Alright, so from here, just take your right hand to your side, stretch the left arm all the way up and over it, and just place that left hand on the back of the head, drawing that left elbow towards the ceiling. As you start to feel this stretch moving up that left side of the body, but also up into the left arm. So the arms are very much associated with the meridian of lungs, heart, and large intestine, the ones we're working with today. So just starting to feel whatever you can feel here, noticing the sensations there. Closing your eyes down and softening everything. Beginning to get very steady, very still. Drawing your awareness deeply inwards. Slowly shift through to your second side, Grounding the left hand, sweep that right hand high to the sky, elbow towards the roof, but opening through the side body up into that side of the right arm, so you can feel the stretch running along the quadratus lumborum through the back, through the side body, up into that right forearm, right shoulder, right arm. You might even bend into your left elbow to take the stretch a little deeper here. Closing the eyes down. Breathe from belly to heart. And release. Slowly beginning to shift over onto all fours as you move your way into cat-cow position, just for a little bit of active warm-up before we come into our deeper yin stretches. Arching the back on the exhales and gliding through like a cat. Drop the hips on the inhales. Exhale, arch the back, create that big dome-like shape. Breathe in, drop the hips, gazing up like you're gliding under an imaginary fence. Continuing to work through this at your own rhythm, at your own pace, tucking the hips, gliding under. Exhale, up. And as you arch the back there, create that big dome-like shape. Breathe in, tuck the hips, gazing up. And just starting to move now into our first posture, which is melting heart position today. So you might just want to pause your video and make sure that you've got some cushions. So you could use a bolster for your practice today or some pillows from the couch or your bed. Just make sure you've got that. So I'll show you how to get into our first pose. So from this all fours position, just starting to bring your knees either hip distance apart, or you can keep them close together. So there's different ways of doing it. The first way is to bring your left forearm down to the mat as you stretch that right arm out ahead, and then take your chin, tuck it on top of the left forearm. If you're feeling a little bit more bold, you might send both arms out together, or even use your bolster as a prop here. So you can sort of prop your chest up using that bolster. So different ways. We're aiming to open up the chest. So you might use the bolster, or even have that left forearm to the bolster as you stretch that right arm out. I'm not going to use any props for this one, so I will show you my way. So you could do double arms, or put double arms with your hands in prayer, drawing your chest back through to thighs. My way today is to bring our left forearm in, sending the right arm out. So we're accessing that shoulder line. So really starting to stretch into the pec, the upper arm on the right. Noticing how I'm creating this deep stretch through the chest, through the heart space, and through the arms there. So my chin is actually tucked on top of, situated on top of left forearm. So I'm getting a big throat stretch as well. So heart and throat. So take your time to play with it, adjust it, find your way. If you need to move around a bit, go for it. And then when you do find your way, close your eyes down and get really steady here. Bring your awareness back to the breath. This is quite a strong pose. Dropping into stillness. Noticing whatever it is you can feel. Breathe deeply and expansively. Challenge yourself to stay steady. And slowly coming out of the stretch, we're just going to find our rebound. So coming to lay either on your belly or on your back, closing the eyes down as you find this space. Understanding this rebound is your space of contrast. It's a space where healing occurs in the body. So just breathing here. Allowing yourself to let go completely here, avoiding touching any props here. Noticing whatever it is you can feel here. Allow yourself to let go. Smoothing any edges, any spaces of rigidity, and beginning to press your way back through. Setting up for our second side. So this time, if you did the double arm, you might move back into your variation there with either elbows grounded or both arms extended, potentially using your bolster, or bring your opposite right forearm in, tuck the chin under, press your chin to the top of that forearm as you send the left arm out. So again, you're feeling into this big chest, heart, throat, and shoulder stretch. Accessing those deep, deep places within the connective tissue and the fascia, which are only accessed when we can stay steady, like this in a pose. And accessing the deeper, long-held energetics, the emotional stuff that's been harbored and held in this space of lungs, chest, heart. And this is a space where we can carry heartbreak, long-held emotional pain, those feelings in life where you feel that sensation of a stab in your heart or the heart breaking, the feeling of your heart being torn out of your chest is the feeling I associate grief with. Loss, numbness, the urge to protect, to close down the heart. We can carry the energetics of those moments in our bodies through time. So through working with the lungs and heart today, we work to release any long-held tension, any emotional stuff that's been harbored or carried here for far too long. Creating the space to let it go. So breathe deeply. And as you're ready, just soften back out slowly onto your rebound. Take a deep breath in through the nose. A long breath out. Deep breath in. Long breath out and a really big breath. Inhale to the depths. A long sigh out. Exhale, let it go. And just continue to take as many deep breaths here as you need. Feeling into what's going on within your body. The energetics of your heart. The energetics of your lungs. And when you're ready, we're about to move into our next posture. So just bending the right elbow, bring the elbow up in line with right shoulder. So you've created a bit of a cactus arm. Send the left leg, bend the left knee, and wrap it over your right leg. So you've just rolled over into a bit of a shoulder stretch for that right arm. Now if that's too strong, you could extend the right arm out in line with the right shoulder, so you've created a straight line with that right arm alternatively. So this starts to work our way into the lower back, but also into that right arm. Just see how you feel with it. Continue to gaze over to the left and keep the left forearm grounded underneath the left shoulder. So left hand is situated underneath left shoulder, right arm, cactus, nice and wide. Slowly shift out of the pose, coming back to your rebound in the middle. Close your eyes down, turn the cheek to face the right. So there's a gentle neck stretch here too. The region of the neck and the shoulders is also associated with these meridian lines with metal. Metal element encourages us to let go. To let go and have faith in the unknown. Having faith in that which is outside of our control and trust that there is a higher plan. Ishvara Prani Dahana is a Sanskrit word for this. Let go. Let go and have faith. Trust you are being held. We are shifting onto our second side, so cactus that left forearm to the side, or either just send it straight out long. Press into your right wrist and bend the right knee, wrap the right leg over so you've rolled onto your left side, and that right leg just wraps over to the left side. And just hold yourself here. Close your eyes down. Allow everything that's not actively holding you or stretching here to soften. So there's the least amount of force in all of the postures today. And bring your attention back to the breath. Allow every breath in to fill you up. Every breath out is that release. It's that letting go. What are you clinging to? What have you been holding on to for far too long? Is there anything you're grasping? Can you surrender a little bit more to the moment before you? Can you be here now? Accepting whatever is rising in the moment. accepting each moment as if you chose it. What is the lesson in this moment? Begin to shift back now onto your rebound, either onto your belly or onto your back. Allow your body to lead the way into this rebound. Surrender. Surrender to the breath. And pressing up now to our next pose. So our next posture is swan stretch. So angle your right knee in towards right elbow. Let the left leg travel along. Just walk your hands back towards your knees and then sweep the opposite elbow across. So you can create a bit of a straight jacket with both arms here. The reason I'm doing this arm stretch is to bring in the meridian lines of the arms. So you could just sort of hang there, or stretch your left arm ahead. So right knee is in on an angle and you've got your opposite left arm extended. You've got your right arm drawn underneath you. So you're getting stretch in both the outside of the hips there, but also into the lungs, the heart, the large intestine meridians. And if this is feeling all too much with the arms, just do your traditional pigeon with the leg drawn in. But see how you go. Close your eyes down, get steady. Breathe from belly all the way up into lungs, chest, heart. Exhale, release. Challenge yourself to stay still. Be here now, moment to moment. Breathe. And begin to make your way out. Take your time, there is no rush with this transition. Glide that right leg out. We're going to flip it onto our back for the rebound this time. And just softening, surrendering here. Taking a few minutes of deep rest here. Grief is a wound that needs attention in order to heal. To work through and complete grief means to face our feelings openly and honestly. and to express and release our feelings fully, and to also tolerate and accept our feelings for however long it takes for the wound to heal. We fear that once acknowledged, grief will bowl us over. The truth is that grief experienced does dissolve. Grief unexpressed is grief that lasts indefinitely. Start to shift on to your next side. So this time, draw your opposite left leg in on an angle towards left wrist. Walk those hands in nice and close. Now you're welcome to stay upright if that works for you, or soften down to the arms. See if you can draw that front arm across the body as the opposite arm extends out ahead. So your left arm travels across and your right arm is now extended out ahead. So you're accessing the shoulder stretch on the right, but a bit of a shoulder stretch also here on this left arm, which is sort of slid across. Alternatively, you could have both arms crossed to the front, side to side, like a straight jacket with your arms, where both arms are wide to the side and you'll feel it into both shoulders. Again, if this is too strong for you, just do the leg component of the stretch and let your arms hang to the front softly somewhere. Beginning to shift your way out of the pose, returning to our rebound. So flipping over onto your back, avoiding touching anything, just allow yourself to be here, so steady, complete as you are. There's no expectations of you here, there's no judgments or responsibilities, you just get to be. Space of healing, a space of feeling, space of letting go. Moving it into your happy baby stretch. Catch the big toes, index and pointer, or the inner or outer arches of the feet. Try to stay steady in this one so you can feel the stretch running along the inside of the legs, a bit of a massage in the lower back, and with the big toes bound, that's where we catch the feet with our arms, so you can feel a bit of a stretch running through chest. This one works with many different meridian lines at once. Liver, spleen, lungs, heart, large intestine, kidney and bladder, all being targeted within this stretch. And all of those organs have connected emotions attached, where we can start to feel emotional blockages. The emotion that we can harbor within the lungs, within our heart space, is grief, hopelessness, or an inability to let go. We can feel that through the heart. You start to feel heavy-hearted due to this, or heartbroken, shattered. Grief can be the garden of compassion if you keep your heart open. Grief can be the garden of compassion if you keep your heart open through everything. Your pain can become your greatest ally in your life search for wisdom and for love. Softening into your rebound, just allowing yourself to be here. You may even become mysteriously grateful towards your suffering, because it gives you an opportunity of working through it, transforming it. Without it, you would never have been able to discover that hidden in the nature and depths of suffering is a treasure of bliss. Beginning to shift into our next posture. This one is reclined butterfly, so I'm going to use my bolster for this one. You can do it as you are if you feel comfortable. If you're using the bolster, just slowly ease your upper back onto it. Take your arms nice and wide, bringing your big toes together and the knees butterfly or blossom wide to the side. So with the use of the bolster, you're getting this added heart opener, this lift through this chest. But remember, if that doesn't feel right for you, feel free to adjust this. You might like to have your bolster underneath the knees here. Breathing from belly to lungs, chest, heart. Descending from heart space back down through the belly. Breathing in completely. And exhaling. When you're feeling into the pain of the heart, the grief you've been carrying, the heartbreak you may be experiencing, you might say to yourself, I know how much pain you are in. You can feel how much pain you are in. Feel it. Hold space for it. Experience it. And as you hold that space, now imagine all the others in the world who are in a pain like yours or worse, and fill your heart with compassion for them. Pray to whomever you believe in and ask that your suffering should help alleviate theirs. Again and again, dedicate your pain to the alleviation of their pain. Now you might like to soften all the way down now to your relaxation, your rebound, in your position on your back. If you're not there already, just allow yourself to come to the back. And just take a moment to feel here, to be here, to breathe here. And we have one more pose to practice today, and that is our snail pose. So if you'd like to follow me along to snail, it's pretty much plow pose or halasana pose. So you might just like to use your bolster to do this. You can place it at the top end of your mat, and that's for your feet to fall upon. Come to lay on your back, arms by your sides, roll your legs up and bring your hands to the waistline. Then the legs will start to invert over the head, and if you struggle to ground the feet, that bolster is now situated quite nicely to prop your legs up upon. You might keep the hands supporting your lower back or extend them like a pillar on your mat, even catching a bind with the fingertips. Please find your way that feels comfortable for you here. If you need that support or you'd like to bend the knees a little for Deaf Men's pose, find that place. Close your eyes down, soften. Be here with the least amount of effort. Continue to breathe here deeply and expansively. This one's a compressive movement for the lungs, for the chest. It's compressing the area. It's also associated with fear, this one. It can bring up fear. Working with kidney and bladder meridians in the lower back, as well as our heart, lung, and large intestine through the arms and through the chest and shoulders. So you might feel grief, you might feel fear here. Accepting whatever you're feeling is perfect. And just being with it. Maybe bending the knees if you haven't already, softening into that Deaf Men's position. Bring your hands back to the lower back. And begin to make your transition out. There's no rush with this exit. Please take your time. You might like to roll down vertebrae by vertebrae, keeping that support at the lower back, or keep the arms like a pillar. Take it slow. Imprint the spine vertebrae by vertebrae. As you do come back down to the mat, let your arms soften by your sides. Find your rebound. Shavasana, relaxation. Take a deep breath in. Long breath out. And just being here in this space of rest, recovery, unwinding for as long as you need. You can extend the shavasana to suit your needs today. And thank you so much for being with me. Thank you for watching. And I will be sharing more with you soon. Namaste, yogis.